city of splendor and strain. In the 15th century, Paris balanced between recovery and unrest, between medieval shadow and early modern promise. Its narrow streets breathed mud, smoke, and spice. Markets thundered with voices while church bells tolled warnings of disorder. Carts and riders pressed past beggars and courtiers alike. The Seine bore grain and gossip, wealth and waste. Behind shuttered windows, clerics calculated influence and poets murmured dissent. Paris was brilliant, volatile, and hungry, a city poised on the edge of transformation. The river city. Along the Seine, Paris revealed its working soul. Timber yards, warehouses, and mills crowded the banks. Barges arrived heavy with grain, firewood, and wine, their crews shouting over the slap of water against stone. Here, labor ruled the day, mud on boots, rope-burned hands, and the ceaseless rhythm of trade that fed the capital. Gates and power. At the city's gates, authority met the dust of commerce. Merchants queued with carts, tolls were counted, and rumors passed faster than coins. Stone walls still defined Paris, reminding all who entered that security was precious and fragile in a century marked by war and recovery. The Hôtel de Ville. At the Hôtel de Ville, civic order stood tall. Messengers crossed the square with sealed decrees while magistrates argued beneath carved stone. Inside, petitions piled high. Outside, vendors and agitators competed for attention. Power here felt ceremonial, yet always uncertain, tested daily by scarcity, faction, and fear. The bridges. On the city's bridges, Paris gathered in unruly splendor. Stalls pressed close, entertainers called for crowds, and thieves worked the gaps. Nobles in bright cloth passed artisans in leather and wool. Pamphlets and whispers changed hands as swiftly as silver. Beneath the arches, ferrymen shouted and river smells rose thick and sour. These crossings were Paris in miniature, loud, watchful, alive. Faith and stone. Above the Ile de la Cité, Notre Dame dominated the skyline. Its darkened towers caught the shifting light of the river. Bells rolled through the streets, and inside, incense drifted beneath vaulted shadows where worshippers murmured hopes and fears. Faith anchored daily life, offering order in a restless world. Homes and crowds. Parisians lived tightly packed. Tall timbered houses leaned over narrow lanes, their upper floors nearly touching. Families stacked room upon room, privacy was rare. Courtyards echoed with footsteps, arguments, and laughter. The city pressed inward, and its pulse could be felt in every stairwell. Poverty and survival. Hunger was never far away. The poor crowded church steps and bridge corners, wrapped against damp winds. Beggars pleaded for crusts, children followed with hollow eyes. Amid guild halls and noble residences, their presence was constant, a reminder that prosperity was uneven and survival uncertain. Winter on the Seine. Winters bit hard. In bitter years, the Seine froze, and Parisians spilled onto the ice with sleds, skates, and makeshift stalls. For a brief season, the river became a fair, bright, cold, and fleetingly joyful. Crafts and comforts. Within warm shops, artisans shaped small escapes. Bakers and pâtissiers worked amid ovens and sugar-sweet air, selling tarts and biscuits to all who could spare a coin. These delicate pleasures offered momentary relief in a city of noise and need. Books, cloth, and ambition. In covered passages and near busy squares, booksellers offered sermons, chronicles, and forbidden verses. Haberdashers displayed ribbons and fine cloth. Bargaining filled the air. Ambition rustled through the crowd as surely as silk. Kings in memory. The century bore the scars of conflict. Under kings such as Charles VII and Louis XI, Paris endured war's aftermath and the hard work of consolidation. Authority tightened, institutions strengthened. The city learned discipline without losing its edge. Closing. By the end of the 15th century, Paris stood steadier than it had begun, still crowded, still restless, but gathering confidence. Medieval walls held fast even as new ideas stirred within. The capital remained a stage of power, labor, faith, and ambition, ready for the transformations to come. That concludes this cinematic reconstruction of 15th century Paris. Subscribe for more journeys into the past.